Despite the greater attention given to the agriculture and fisheries sectors in the past years, sustaining their growth has been elusive, especially with the pandemic. This is due to the continued failure to address the challenges that have lingered over time and the weaknesses in overcoming the emerging ones. The Philippine Development Plan 2017 to 2022 observed that one of these challenges is the weak agriculture and fisheries extension service. This decreases the utilization of improved farm technologies and practices responsive to the needs of farmers and fishers. Indeed, the devolution of agricultural extension services from DA to LGUs through the local government code posed serious challenges to the delivery of agricultural extension services. Inefficiencies in the delivery of extension services can be attributed to inadequate operational funds and the lack of human resources of LGUs. This is mostly the case in low-income LGUs due to lack or limited requisite resources such as workforce and funds. Weak institutions also failed to stimulate the growth of the sector. Under the current administrative structure, PLGUs have no control over municipal and city LGUs in terms of agriculture. Further, the main players such as the DA RFOs, bureaus, and attached agencies, SUCs, and the private sector implement their own programs in the grassroots. The result is often a fragmented and ineffective agriculture and fisheries extension delivery system. While the AFMA mandates PLGUs to integrate and evaluate the municipal or city LGU extension programs, attaining economies of scale for greater productivity and impact is a big challenge at the municipal or city level. In this context, PLGUs are in a better position to plan and implement province-led agriculture and fisheries extension programs because they have the economies of scale since they are not too small like municipalities or cities or too large like the region. They are closer to the realities of small farmers and fishers from a wider perspective and can provide sustained annual budget to improve the livelihood of smallholder farmers and fishers. Organization of the CAR PAFES Regional Program Management Office, which was tasked to spearhead the planning and establishment of PAFES. The CAR PAFES RMPO is chaired by the DA RFO CAR Regional Executive Director and co-chaired by BFAR RO CAR Regional Director and ATI RTC CAR Training Center Director. Province-wide support teams were also created to assist the provinces in the immediate implementation of the PAFES. Partnership building and engagement with LGUs, both at the provincial and municipal level, was pursued through a series of consultations, meetings, and workshops. Other key stakeholders engaged includes the state colleges and universities, civil society organizations, and private sector groups. Initial engagement and briefing was conducted with the PLGU, with the Office of the Provincial Agriculturist, Office of the Provincial Veterinarian, Provincial Planning and Development Office, Sangguniang Panlalawigan, Committee Chairs on Agriculture and Appropriations, and other key staff from the PLGU regarding the PAFES concept. Taking off from the initial engagement of partners, consultations were conducted with the MLGUs to include the Office of the Municipal Mayor, Office of the Municipal Agriculturist, and Municipal Planning and Development Office to further operationalize the concept and establishment of PAFES. Further consultations with the various stakeholders were also conducted to ensure their acceptance and active participation. A rapid appraisal was also conducted in every province to assess and evaluate the capacity and resources of the LGUs in providing agriculture and fisheries extension services. The results serve as the takeoff point in the institutionalization and reference in mapping out the collaborative provincial agriculture and fishery extension program. With the endorsement of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan and approval of the governor, MOA signing with the different partners was executed, which formalized the establishment of the PAFES and the acceptance of partnership and collaboration through the PAFES. To date, all provinces in CAR already signed the MOA. Through the executive order issued by the governor, the PAFEC was created that will serve as the operational arm of the PAFES. In all provinces in CAR, the executive order is already issued by the respective governor. In CAR, the creation of the PAFES or organizational structure has capitalized on how the charm and PRDP was made functional and married with the INAFES structure as suggested in the PAFES National Manual of Operation. In the said agricultural structure, a Provincial Management Committee or PMC was organized, chaired by the Provincial Governor that serves as the steering committee. From the Provincial Management Committee is the Provincial Management Group or PMG that serves as the technical working group. The chairpersonship, the PMG, varies across provinces. In the provinces of Abra, Apayao, Ifugao, and Kalinga, the PMG is chaired by the Provincial Agriculturist. In Benguet Province, the PMG is chaired by the Provincial Planning and Development Coordinator, while in Mountain Province is the Provincial Veterinarian. The PLGU for the PAFES operation shall designate an adequate physical space or structure that will serve as the headquarters of the PAFES and shall likewise appoint or designate a center director who shall coordinate with concerned offices in planning, implementing, and monitoring of agriculture and fishery-related programs and projects. To date, only Mountain Province has officially launched its PAFES Center with their PMG chair as the PAFES Center in charge. Series of planning workshops were undertaken for the mapping out of the CPAFEP, the Provincial Management Group with guidance and support from the CAR PAFES RPMO led in the conduct of the planning session. Contained in the CPAFEP are the development interventions and projects undertaken along the entire value chain which the province would like to pursue for the development of the agriculture sector in the province. In 2022, all the 6 provinces are done mapping out their respective CPAFEPs. Hence, they are towards the implementation of the CPAFEP. For fiscal year 2023, the DE-ATI has proposed a total of 88 million funds under the Department of Agriculture's National Rice Program intended to support the activities identified under the Strategic Support Services of the Collaborative Provincial-Led Agriculture and Fisheries Extension Program or CPAFEP. The fund has been downloaded to the ATI Regional Training Centers or ATI RTCs. Of the 88 million pesos, CAR has a share of 10,623,662 and the region to have the highest allocation in the country. The computation of budget allocation is based on the number of covered provinces and the income classification of each province. The higher the income class of the province, the lesser the support to be given. In the allocation of the 10.6 million to the different provinces, the basis in the computation includes the income class of the province and their compliance to requirements, which includes the submission of the CPAFEP. The distribution is as follows. These amounts will be downloaded to the provinces except for Abra, which will be managed by ATI CAR. During the fiscal year 2022, PAFES Year-End Assessment and Planning Workshop conducted last December 15 to 16, 2023 at ATI CAR, the provinces initially identified collaborative provincial extension projects to be funded from the fund. Co-financing agreements were initially agreed upon the signing of the capsule project proposal. As part of the continued improvement in the implementation of the PAFES, a benchmarking was conducted last March 13 to 16, 2023 at the Ilocos Norte Agriculture and Fisheries Extension Center, the very first to implement the PAFES to learn from their experience. The activity was participated by the SP Committee Chairs on Agriculture, PAs, PVETs, PPDCs, Office of the Governor, and some support staff of the PAFES. During the activity was also the finalization of the project proposals based on the approved National Implementing Guidelines. With the approval of the collaborative project proposals by the CAR PAFES RMPO, the transfer of the fund is now being facilitated and targeted to be released to the 5 provinces by May 2023. The implementation of the PAFES will help enhance rural livelihoods by sharing science-based knowledge and innovations with farming and fishing families, rural communities, and agriculture enterprises through strong research extension, farmer or fisher folk linkages. Salamat and gawis ay Cordillera.